Hey everyone! So today we are going to be building a ballroom. You can see, if you haven't already watched it, my opera house there at the left. You can watch that on my channel right now. So today it's gonna be the ballroom. I kind of didn't really have a plan for this. Like, I had my inspirations on Pinterest. But other than that, it was pretty much just winging it. And I kind of wanted it to look a bit different than all of the other builds that I was doing. So I chose like this kind of like, what is this shape? A C or something? I think it turns out pretty cute. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. For now, I was kind of thinking that this like is obviously gonna be the place where all of the single people, the how do you say, like when people come of age and stuff, they would have a debut, right? Where they would have a little party, and all of the people that debuted would be there, to hang out and to meet. Typically, it was for women, young women, so they would be like teenagers still, kind of 17 or 18, and they would go to these parties where it would have a lot of other teens, of course, their age, to kind of meet up the singles. So obviously, this isn't necessarily that. The thing that I set up is a nightclub, this lot, and it's more of like a social thing where they are just interacting with each other and just to, a nightclub. I put some pianos around. I put 2 microphones, 2 violins, a bar, of course, because nightclub needs it, 2 chess tables in the garden. So there's a few things for The Sims to do. But I still feel like maybe it's gonna be a bit... Oh, I also wanted to include some woohoo spots because this place has like romantic aura and whatever. So, and singles thing, the traits, the lot traits. I put one is the singles hangout, and it has a romantic aura, and a third thing that I can't remember what it was. Maybe convivial. Oh my god, I can't say that word. But yeah, I chose those. And I don't know, I still need to play to see if there are some activities that I should include as well, like a game of cards or something like that, because I guess I'll only know if I need those when I start actually playing. I was thinking this could be more like a place where you could have events like parties and stuff. I thought about it later. I could have included a kitchen, and I might do that, like if I create a basement and just, put the kitchen in the basement, because it could be useful for some events. But I don't know, I'll have to see when I actually start playing with the save. For now, I'm just like putting what I think I will need, and I like, despite trying, my best to keep everything in mind, sometimes there's stuff that's gonna miss, I'm not gonna be able to think about everything else. So I guess that applies to like every single build that I'm doing. I'll only be able to actually know if I need to put something else when I actually play it. So yeah, one thing that I really like about this build is the tile, the roof tile. I think that this color is so pretty, and I've already used kind of not the same tile, but the same color kind of on the opera house, but I think it's so pretty. I think it's I know it's one of my favorite colors. It's this like teal aquamarine. It's so pretty, and I love this tile especially on The Sims. It's so pretty. So of course I had to use it, and I forget if I've used it anywhere else, but I am gonna struggle not to like use it too much because it's so pretty. But yeah, I'm using a lot of the new packs, windows and columns and the doors. The wallpaper, I think it's also from the Royalty and Legacy pack. Yeah, I said before in my previous speed build, the only thing that I'm like actually missing from the build and buy, because again, I have not yet played, not even in my spare time. I've just been so focused on this, like, I don't know. It's a little bit, I don't know if it counts as a hyperfixation because I don't think I have ADHD or anything like that that would, or autism that would actually account for me having hyperfixation. But I've just been so obsessed with this save file, and I'm always thinking about like, what am I going to add, what am I going to build next, and what type of sims are going to be coming here or living here. And I don't know, I'm always thinking about that now. What was I saying? I don't even remember. I was talking about the pack, and what I'm actually missing is big windows, because these windows that they gave us, it's like, it's fine, I guess, but I don't know, I wanted some more open, like, large windows that kind of scream like opulence. I think that's the only like real thing that's missing for me. I could do with some more statues and stuff, but other than that, I think it's pretty alright if they just gave me some cool windows. But yeah, I also am playing a lot with, I'm using a lot the from the kit of the castle kit. I forget what it's called. It has just a bunch of stuff for castles, I guess, to build castles. That one is very, very useful. I think I hate kits. Like, I really dislike it. It's a way to bank on like mods, right? It's them trying to legalize it. I try to stay away from news, so I know that they have like a marketplace now. They're gonna do that, but I just, who cares? Who cares? I don't want any of that. It's so annoying when like I open up the Sims and I have a little pop-up telling me to buy more packs. No, I've already wasted so much money on this stupid game. I'm not buying more packs. So yeah, the kits I like buy like begrudgingly. I do not, I buy them a lot of the times because I feel like I need them, because it's the thing with like mods in CC are so cool and I love them, but I as a person just cannot keep up with like constantly updating everything. It's just so much of a hassle. So if I can, and I think obviously that's what the Sims 4 team banks on, right? People like me that unfortunately we don't really have that much patience for this type of stuff. So if we can be okay with like the small stuff they give us in kits, we will be fine with that. So that's their way of capitalizing on it. But yeah, I don't really like the concept of kits, but unfortunately some of them I feel are essential to a lot of the gameplay and builds that I want to create. So I feel like, of course I have a choice, but at the same time I feel like I have no choice. So yeah, the kits that I have, I buy very sparingly. I think I had the ones that came when I purchased the latest pack, which I didn't even know that I was buying that. They just showed up and I was like, what? Since when did I buy this? So I have those. I have the bistro one and probably a plant one, but I don't even know. It is what it is. I think I bought some in the latest bundle that they did for kids, because I don't know. I don't think the price is fair. For me it's €5 around that, or $5.99, and I just don't feel like it's worth. But yeah, I'm not the wisest with my money, so yeah, you can see that by also the amount of packs that I actually have. But to be fair, I have been collecting them over the years. I don't just buy every single pack that comes out. I like, I'm not, I don't have the money for that, but The Sims has accrued a lot of money from me for sure, because I do eventually buy them, because, I love this game even though I hate it, It's the love-hate relationship with EA, I think. I mean, love, they don't have anything, but the game for sure has a lot of my love. But yeah, it's unfortunate, the unfortunate situation, the unfortunate life of a gamer, of a Sims 4 gamer. Yeah, I'm creating this like little garden. I wanted to do a labyrinth, but then I realized that I'm a little bit too stupid to create a labyrinth. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just make a garden. During like the Regency Baroque era. They had this thing of like creating very symmetrical gardens. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll do that. But I would like maybe in another lot where I have more space, maybe in the royal castle that I will have to inevitably build. I will make a big labyrinth. I want to try, but I just felt a little bit intimidated by it because I feel like it's a bit hard. You'll probably also notice in most all of my builds, there's going to be like constant saving, and it's so funny to see myself like when I'm editing. It's so funny to see myself constantly save because I save for two reasons. You will see me save. See, I'm doing it again. Either because something started in my game or I have this like, you know, premonition. I don't know if anyone has it. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I need to save right now. My game is probably going to crash in like 5 minutes. I don't know why. I guess it's maybe sim trauma because I've been playing The Sims since I was a kid. And, you know, obviously as a simmer, your game is going to crash like a lot or has crashed a lot in the past. So I have that paranoia, I guess, and sometimes I just feel like I need to save right now or the game is gonna crash. Thankfully, most of the times it doesn't happen, but I still save a lot. And the second reason is when I literally don't know what to do in the build and I just need time to think, so I just save the game. I'm like, okay, I'm staying still right now, I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna save. So those are the two reasons for why you'll see me save. But also recently I spoke a little bit about it before in my other speed build, the opera one. I had a lot of issues before I managed to actually record the game. That's why a lot of my lots, the previous lots, were not recorded because The Sims was just struggling so much with me. I still don't know what was going on, but basically a bunch of the saves when I started trying to create them, they would corrupt, and I think I ended up figuring out what was happening. I think it was because I was building the mage tower, and if you watch the intro to my save file, you saw that build, and the mage tower is like circular, so it has circular walls. And I was using a specific type of window that is not made for circular walls. So when it intersected with the circular wall, I think that was the issue, and it was causing my game to crash, and then I would not be able to go back into the lot. The game would just either endlessly load or it would just crash. So I then figured that out. The amount of times I had to rebuild that mage tower is actually crazy. And then when I actually did a bunch of fixes, I even went on the forums for the first time, tried to ask for help. A really nice person helped me, and we went through a lot of troubleshooting. And then I was like thinking for a few weeks, like, what is happening? Like, why? I have never had an issue with The Sims, and I've always felt so grateful that, like, unfortunately a lot of people get like corrupted saves and like all this stuff, and for me it just never happened. And I was like always so grateful for it because I know how buggy The Sims can be. And then I'm like, then on the day, I guess, when I'm finally like ready to, record and start doing a save file, of course this shit would happen to me. So I was so like, what is happening? And I thought, could it be because of the fucking windows? Because I was using move objects, obviously. So the windows are not fit for that wall, but I was still using them because they looked nice. And then when I created a fresh save file and I was trying to rebuild it, which is this one, the one I'm working on right now, I just made the circumference of the tower bigger so that the windows would fit, not in curved walls, just in normal walls, and it worked. So I am still traumatized. I'm still afraid every time that I'm building a new thing that my game is going to crash and then I won't be able to go into the lot. So now what I do is, like, when I finish building, I download everything to my gallery in case I need to start fresh again, and I can just plop everything down. But yeah, that should traumatize me, and we'll continue to, it's how it is. We have sim PTSD, I guess. But yeah, that's my story of why I save so often as well. Here I'm making like these side dance floor thingies. I was a little bit afraid that this would be a little bit cramped. I don't think it is, but let me know if you think those sides look a little bit cramped, or if you think like it should be something else. But I felt like it would be nice to have these like kind of like dance rooms that are a little bit smaller, where they can kind of split off and have different conversations or go dance. Like, I actually don't know, did they just introduce the waltz? Because I saw that they had like in the gameplay they had some waltz. I would like for them to have more dances, because in Regency era and stuff they had like group dances and all of that. That would be fun to have, but I don't think the Sims team would be able to implement that. Also, like, just Sims is so messy. There's no way you could get so many of them to do a group dance. The other day when I was just playing well, it was months ago, but I was playing just the normal save that I have, which is modern. I had my sim go out with her besties. They have like this group, which is the Mean Girls, and they went out to dance to a nightclub somewhere, and I wanted them to do a group dance because I know that the Sims Get Together had added that, and I could not for the life of me get it to work. Like, apparently they need the dance floor to be empty, otherwise they cannot start the fucking group dance, and it was just not happening, and I was just getting so annoyed because nothing moved. It's like, oh my god. So yeah, I don't even know how they would implement that. So I guess it's good that they just introduced the waltz, but I guess I'll see when I actually play. I'm so excited to actually start playing, but I just haven't, because I want to get like all of the builds done, because I also mentioned before, I am more of a creative sim person. I never really was a builder. So even though I'm having a lot of fun building this, I've been craving so much just gameplay. But I just want to finish it. And I mean, I think I've been going at a nice rhythm. Like, I already finished 2 neighborhoods. 2 neighborhoods. And then I'm on the 3rd one. I'm like working on the 2nd house there. It's going to be like a pub. Like you'll see when I have it done. But then there's still so much work that I need to do. I am dreading the bigger lots, like the palace, the royal palace. That's gonna be like the biggest lot in Willow Creek, and the village, because I want to do a village and a market on the neighborhood of Willow Creek that only has 2 lots. I don't know if you know, it's the one that's the leftmost. And I am dreading that one as well, the village especially, because I want to actually make it feel like a medieval village. So there's gonna have to be a lot of houses, and man, just thinking about it it's like stressing me out. So I guess those are the 2 that I'm most dreading, the royal palace and the village. The royal palace, it's more of a thing of like having to decorate every single room in the house is insane, because I've done it before as well, where I built just giant palaces, and it's like, okay, now every single room is gonna have to have something, right? Because it needs to be very opulent as well, so it can't just leave. I don't know. I guess we'll see when I get there. It's an issue for the future. So here I'm doing the bathroom, and again, like I said last time, there was this YouTuber that I was watching, and she was talking about how all her community lots have the she puts a little bathtub or a shower, because she doesn't like stinky Sims. Last time I talked about her as well, Tub Girl, but I don't remember who she is. I tried to look for her. I found all of the things that I talked about in my last Opera House video, and I put them all in the description, but I couldn't find her. I'm still looking for her. Whenever I find her, I'll put her in the description, because I watch a lot of Sims content, so that just flew right under the radar. Don't remember who she is. But ever since then, I've just been putting either tubs or showers in my community lots, because it's so true. It's so true. Sometimes I just want my sim to be clean, and they're not clean, and I want them to be clean. Or someone else is unclean, and they don't have a way to clean themselves. So, you know, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Oh, down here as well, I put those little, what is it called? The watches? The clock. the new clocks, where I think it is a woohoo spot. Pretty sure I saw it in the trailer. So I obviously wanted this lot to have a woohoo spot because it's singles hangout and also romantic aura. So of course it's gonna have to have a woohoo spot. So I put 2 of them. This other corridor is basically the same exact same layout as the previous one. So yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I really like this build. I'm still a little bit iffy on the corridors, mainly because I just put a lot of clutter everywhere and I feel like it's very empty, but it's a dance floor. I wanted it to be empty. So yeah, here I am going to put a few benches and some chess tables. Yeah, because I started thinking, there's not a lot to do here besides dancing and talking and drinking, so maybe I should add something. After I built this, I was also considering like, should I have put some card tables, because I really like putting that in my builds when they are like Regency inspired, because they really liked playing cards. So I might go in and put them if I find any other place to. Might not, kind of depends. Again, it depends on when I actually start playing, whether I feel like it needs it or not. So yeah, one thing that happened to me, when I came back to this lot last, the terrain paint had gone. That bug had never happened to me. See, it's like I've been so lucky throughout the years not having Sims bugs, and now when I actually want to do a save file, this shit happens. You know, it's how it is. It's karma, man. It's karma. But anyway, now I think I'm done. All right. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to follow my journey, and see you in the next one. Bye.